talked about how CC is really good when it comes to like having the AoE with the CC
Oke
as well, the
guys, jangan
critical.
lupa
But pretty much
subscribe
this
dulu
is not
guys ya,
really
sama di
been
like juga guys.
particularly been favored by both of the
Kita
teams, or
masuk
is
di
it
game
going to be
pertama
a
antara
surprise
Indonesia
factor
versus
coming
Kamboja
along
guys.
this game?
It is possible for Indonesia to
Perspuk
grab the CC now. It actually has a
buat
good lane into the
Indonesia
phobias,
grok
but looks like they go for the glue instead.
ada
Traditionally, the
Lancelot,
phobias lane
Harit,
counters have been
Kadita,
CC, glue, and
Glue.
Esmeralda. With
Kita
Esme
lihat
already
hero
banned
yang
out,
di
they go for the
ban.
glue, completely
Jusin,
ignoring the
Yip,
CC, and the Kadita
Kimi,
also going to show up
Hellcat,
here since the mid
Lapu-Lapu,
lane hero pool has been narrowed by quite a bit. It's not a very good
Baxia,
solution into the
Hilda,
Lunox,
Arlot,
but it can punish
Esmeralda,
everyone else.
Valentina.
I think for the side of
Kita lihat hero
Indonesia,
Kamboja
most of the
guys.
grounds they've already
Ada
been covered out.
Popeyes,
Now Cambodia, they still need
Suyo,
one more hero for their own gold lane.
Lunox,
They
Gatot
can be able to
Kaca.
actually pick up Granger right now. Can they actually be able to do a little bit of, not to say like spam wise for their skills, have a really good cooldown for themselves, but is it going to be one of the heroes they are quite accustomed? I think yeah,
Ini
pretty much
Indonesia
is
yang
inside their signature
perempuannya
boost
juga
heroes. So
jago juga
if they
guys.
want to pick up Granger, there's not a problem for them.
Could also be Claude. I don't actually like the Granger as much here. I feel like there's a lot that threatens the
Ada
backline. The
Granger.
Harif can dive, the Lance can dive, the Kadita can dive. I would have actually liked Claude a little bit more, but it does take up the risk of having to play for super late game. So Cambodia doesn't want to go in that direction. It does mean that the goal lane is going to have a bit of difficulty, and you would usually want to keep your last pick on the red side for a more counter-based hero. But nowadays, the marksman hero pool is pretty narrow, so they're just going to go with it.
I mean, talking about how right now Cambodia want to play it a little bit slow. The question is Indonesia going to allow it? Because so far right now, we do see some of the heroes picked from the Indonesia side, they be able to actually have that level 4 extension level to be able to actually just penetrate against the side of Team Cambodia. But the question is Cambodia, they need to slow down that pace and they'll be able to survive it out.
Oh,
And
ini
if that
Indonesia
can
harus
be
menang
done
dari
here for
Kamboja
the
guys.
first round of the game, it could actually be able to have a really good fight between these two teams. But this is just us saying it on the cast that, again, welcome to the World Esports Championship 2025. This is our second series of the day for the Mlbb Women category, Indonesia versus Cambodia.
This is going to be
Hati-hati,
our
dijual
upper
ginjal
bracket
kalian.
semi-finals. The winner of this best of 3 series will get a ticket directly to the upper bracket finals, one step away from qualifying to the final stage of the playoffs and guaranteeing a top 2 position. So that's going to be a very coveted place for them right now. If we look at both sides, I don't think there's anything too strange when it comes down to the emblem setup, though I am kind of curious about the lethal ignition on Luna.
Ah, interesting. And we're seeing right now as they are trying to actually have a good rotation-wise, trying to make sure that it doesn't actually go further beyond their own area. This is where the crucial points of how Cambodia needs to control the movement of Indonesia.
So far, so good in terms of early game pressure. I think both teams have the option of going for it depending on how they want to play around. I don't think we're going to see major trades in
Kalian
the
kalau
mid lane
ditarik
now that there's
Kamboja
no
jadi
Kimmy
player
in the
Kamboja mau
game.
kalian.
So we shouldn't see anything notable happen until the first turtle.
Yeah, and the fact that they're just waiting off, at least by the time they move in for the level 4, that's when we see that at least a little bit of scrimmage, a little bit of pokiness coming in from both sides of the team. So far, we are seeing Shell just a little bit closer to Mlbb there.
Phantom execution, nice flicker from Mlbb. Gets away from Vival just in time.
Sayang guys ya nggak
Just in
dapet tuh,
time
kalau dapet
before
wah enak.
taken out, and that's the ultimate decision making that is needed from the side of Mlbb. And they know for a fact they can actually punish just a little bit more.
And they're gonna use this space to instantly transition to the turtle. Cambodia in control, Takami secures it, and a nice taunt from Uwe to keep Vival away as well. Brilliance comes out, does some poke damage. Earthen Rampart blocks them aside. Revitalize comes out as well. There's gonna be the Infernal Pursuit. Vival backs out, very low on HP. Cambodia coming out on top so far. They get the knock up into the rough ways. Damage is not quite there yet, but they'll finally finish off Mochi with the Phantom Execution. First blood over to Vival. Indonesia looking for a little bit more. No more Revitalize. They trade over to Elan in the mid lane. Nice stun from the Suyo, finishing off Vivian, actually flickers away. Cambodia dropping low. Indonesia still going for an AOG. A bit too late. Away goes down, and Elan is traded as well.
so much of the
Menang
overextension
sini
that was
guys
done by
Indonesia cowok.
Team Cambodia to a point that Indonesia was just able to back things out. And the
Dari
fact that
hero-nya
we
juga
are seeing that
kuat-kuat kok.
Tegami was just able to get the turtle, the
Ini
retraction
hero
that was done
Kamboja
by
juga kuat ya
Indonesia
guys.
to take it off was just fruitful. Not
Harus
really
jangan
much
dikasih
of the
snowball
bargain can
aja.
be done as the turtle has already been taken away, but still they were able to back things out.
Impressed at how well Indonesia was juggling their players there. Oh, tech charge into
dapet
two!
guys.
It's under up by Ceylon! Explodes! And Uwe soon follows the Kadita combo from Indonesia.
Great composition coming off for the team of Indonesia. They keep on pressuring Cambodia to a point that right now they keep on getting off guard.
Cannot count out Kadita in the hands of Cine here. This is literally one of their national heroes right now. And they were willing to ban out so many mid laners to set up for this position. The moment Vivian spotted the setup, just went straight in for the tectonic charge.
The fact that we are seeing that Cambodia slowly but surely getting slower and slower in their pace. They were supposed to slow down the movement of
Dia udah
Indonesia.
waras,
Ended up
guys.
Indonesia have the upper hands. Now moving along, it's going to be the second turtle to be
Turtle
contested
pertama.
off. And so far, Indonesia has already had their own setup right here.
It's a very different situation from before, where Indonesia are now clearly the ones in
itu
control
CPO.
of the turtle pit. Shell still playing it safe, sees Uwe. Tegami goes down to Cine.
Oh,
There's
Soyu
no
dapat
jungler on Cambodia.
Kadita
They're
guys.
still trying to engage, and Pearl Pursuit comes out. Vival
Nice,
gets the turtle
dapat
tech charge, only
turtle.
lands on two, but sets up for the fan of execution. Brilliance now being used. Revitalize as well. Cine comes in from the side, doesn't have the ultimate, but will still do some good poke damage as Vival sets up the kill on Elan and forces Cambodia back.
Great tectonic charge, great Zaman Force coming through to just hold off Team Cambodia. Neither of them were able to actually back off as safely as possible, leaving only one player to be taken out by Indonesia. Now, the Turret looking for a way for them to just break even more.
This Kadita is a signature pick for Cine. It's only pulled out by Indonesia when they feel like they need it, and this is a game where they are showing proper respect. Tegami being found randomly on the map and bursted instantly, guaranteed the turtle for Indonesia. And Cambodia probably shouldn't have tried contesting.
Not a good situation once you lost your own assassin jungler right now, and the fact that that is one of the things that Cambodia needs to take note. Rotation-wise, it really looks like Indonesia have them
Levelnya
in
tapi
their
imbang guys
palm.
ya
And
antara Soyu
moving
sama
along as they
Lancelot.
try to actually defend it off, Team Cambodia need to actually figure out where they can have open up a way for Indonesia to break those back line. But coming in with this press spread,
Oh, the grab, they caught Moshi on the rotation. Going in with the Infernal Pursuit, tech charge gonna be used. Lands on two, AOG committed as well, trying to save their Phobias. And Moshi is still alive. The Vivian has to flicker out, barely escapes being sniped by the Suyo.
Hampir deh,
Indonesia
hampir.
not able to find their pickoff.
oh, such a sad situation. Just one more shot with that arrow. Didn't manage to land it to Fumieko and ended up now Cambodia having so much of the resources to be given out to Indonesia. They didn't even have anything up their name.
Now Cambodia transitioning to the top tower, trying to give a bit more space to Mlbb. They get the knock-up onto Uwe, but that is a good pot. Revitalize comes out as well, so there'll be no damage done here. So Indonesia is able to keep their tier 1 alive.
They are pushing in, trying to make sure that be able to give a little bit of leeway to Mlbb so that they can actually push that turret. But again, this is a lot of discipline coming up from Indonesia team, making sure that they be able to cover every ground, whether for the minion push in the mid lane as well as the top turret. But going into the bot side, they are trying to invade the situation. Coming along, we do see that Team Cambodia doesn't want to go for contest, and Team Indonesia just backs off away. But Turtle will be in the hands of Indonesia.
Yeah, really good positioning once again from Team Indonesia. They're testing the waters, poking and prodding to see if they can test the purple buff. But even if they don't get it, they're already setting up for the turtle instead. Moshi trying to engage here, but Indonesia is not giving them any space.
Yeah, it seems that Mochi trying to find a target that maybe she can actually pull away, drag it, so that they can actually continue out with the follow-up. But here on out, Moshi, overlooking to Cine as well as Shell, backs away very quickly. But here on out, zags into Cine's side, but will be taken out and will be able to cover up with Fumieko on the side.
Now a tech charge gonna be used though. Elan gonna be the target once again of this Grok, but the Earthen Rampart actually blocks Vivian herself out of position, and Tegami not gonna let that go. A kill goes to Cambodia.
A little bit of overextension from the side of Vivian, but then again, it's not gonna be that much of the trade itself because it's just a little bit of 4 wins for the side of Cambodia itself. But then again, right here, Team Indonesia, they still have a great solid cover on the ground side of the turret from the middle, as well as from the top, and the bottom has already been cleared out.
So far, Indonesia still playing classic Indonesia, playing traditional game and very disciplined in their approach. Cambodia has been doing a good job of responding.
Lihat guys,
They've already been put quite
goldnya
behind thanks to those
23.000 guys.
initial aggressive rotations. Right now, they're gonna need to focus hard on making sure Mlbb keeps scaling.
Let's see if they can be able to actually control out, setting up, coming up right here at the bottom lane with Hue right in front. But now, coming in, Moshi will be able to drag just a little bit there.
Like a tech charge on the Mlbb, the Granger goes down, exploded, and the rough waves finds Hue as well. Moshi trying to buy time, Infernal Pursuit gonna finish off Vivian, but the backline has been dived, and Vival finds A-line. It's a mega kill for the Lancelot. Mobi is still trying to buy as much time as possible with Infernal Pursuit, butterfly grab, gonna pull the Phobias back.
GG guys.
The only survivor left on the side of Cambodia and
Reload,
Indonesia, not even gonna allow him to defend his tower.
The 2 players been traded off, but still, in what cost with
Turun
4
dulu
players
depan
already been shut
turretnya,
down. Only Tigami to be surviving, and this is gonna be opening a lot of the turrets to be shut down even more by the Indonesia team. Great setup coming in with the AOG as well to just survive it out, but still not
Sama
enough for
merahnya
them
lu,
to
merah lu,
sustain
merah,
that
merah.
damage that was done by Indonesia.
You can see Indonesia really starting to ramp up now. Vival is 4-0 on this Lancelot. Largely gone unpunished because of the lack of direct CC on Cambodia. And they're gonna go in for the rough ways once again. Cambodia just can't get anywhere close. It's a free lord for Vival.
Reload, and again, so much of the potential that was done, this initiation that was already been put out by Indonesia. Sini comes along with the burst, as well as the fact that the tectonic charge was able to actually grab and stun most of the players from Cambodia. That's when they actually have a little bit of victory coming through. But here on out, they're fighting off.
They're stoning them out again. Not really trying to commit. Grab is possible, but Fumieko doesn't need to commit to it. The wall comes out. That's a dangerous angle for the tech charge, but it was possible. Vivian just decided not to do it because they already got the tier 2.
They're already done a lot of zoning out just to make sure that the Cambodia just backs off and they get turrets one after another. And coming in right now, they push in with the tectonic charge. Doesn't get anyone, but Mighty Swings.
Yeah, Vivian missed that completely, and now just gonna get punished for it. Vivian goes down. Elan, though, gonna be blasted by Shell as the Diamond Force comes out. The rest of Cambodia being completely scattered. Mlbb cannot get anywhere close to back up the rest of the team. Tegami gonna fall. It's an unstoppable streak for Vival on the Lancelot. Moshi gonna be grabbed once again by the glue, trying to survive as long as possible, and actually doing a very good job of it, but will finally fall. Killing spree to Shell.
Just grabbing into Moshi no matter how much he's trying to survive. That's a really good recognition coming in from the side of Team Cambodia, but then again, so much of the damage that was done by Indonesia, in the end Cambodia just lost the one and only front line.
But it's still not the worst here. Cambodia have been able to hold on. They still have their DPSs alive, and they've actually managed to clear up most of the minion waves. So they will have all of their inhibitors still standing, but Indonesia, their farm is going up real fast.
The fact that right now they're trying to hold on that mid lane holy defense. They're already losing a lot of their lifelines right here as the Team Cambodia putting up early defense right here. Started out with a slide. They're gonna charge.
Miss guys.
Misses this time. Good disengage from Cambodia. Nice knock-up as well. City gets locked down under the tower. Moshi goes in with Infernal Pursuit. AOG cuts off the retreat as well. But Fumieko is holding up the backline, not allowing them to chase.
A great job coming off from Cambodia, at least able to actually steal away Cine
Jangan
in the
lunok
midst
sudah
of it
oleh
all. But
kristal.
then again, by the time they were actually trying to zone out the top, the bottom lane will be still away by Rivals at the motion. And this is where the fine line, the division that was done by Indonesia to divide the attention of Cambodia, they can actually just spread it things around.
It is still possible to punish them. Got a really nice dark wave from Moshi there. 3 people hit under the tower with Cine being the one punished because she was the furthest forward. We're 12 minutes in. Goal lead is 7k in favor of Indonesia. And the scaling is still not too bad for Cambodia, actually.
Scaling-wise, I feel like Cambodia still have a really good setup to defend-wise and to actually respond to every single initiation that was done by Indonesia. But somehow, Indonesia, the discipline that they've already portrayed here, shows how much they know when to back off, when to actually retreat, to not overcommit itself. And here on out, trying to actually grab a little bit to the side of Moshi, trying to actually zone it out so that Viva will have the time to
apakah
actually
ada
get the
kontes,
Lord.
Cok?
Zoning
Enggak
is
sih,
great.
enggak,
This is
enggak.
going to be
Oh,
free
iya,
Lord
bisa
again.
di situ.
Cambodia a bit too late to come, and now Moshi is out of position. Way going to try and back it off as well. Cambodia a bit scattered right now, and Indonesia trying to punish it.
Okay,
AOG
okay,
used
okay,
defensively,
okay,
revitalize
okay.
as well. Should get Mlbb out of danger range, but Moshi not going to be quite as
Moshi.
lucky. Grab on the Phobius once again. Locked down. Elan has to use the Brilliance, and Indonesia might continue chasing. Forces out the Flicker from the Lunox as well.
No, this is not a good situation as the Lord marshalling, and even the fact that right now they're already putting out a target right here for the mid lane as the pushing, the minion wave comes through. They know for a fact this is a way for them to just punish even more the situation of Cambodia.
Moshi is still dead for another 7
Oh.
seconds. Wall comes out, forces the Flicker from Mlbb, but is able to dodge away from Fumi Echo. Lord finally pushes in. Vival secures the tower up top. Zinni does take some poke damage. Uwe trying to hold and drag the Lord away. Zinni jumps in, misses the rough waves, but they get the tech charge, and Mlbb goes down. It's a mega kill, it's a double kill for Shell. Zaman Force on the Harif going insane right now as the grab locked down Moshi once again. It's a triple for Shell. And
Akhirnya
that
ya,
prevents the end
Indonesia
of
tuh
game
kalau
number 1 in favor
bola guys
of
pasti
Team
kalah guys
Indonesia.
ketemu pemain luar.
13 minute,
kalau
44
Mobile Legends
seconds.
masih bisa,
Indonesia just close off the first round with Team Cambodia. And we've talked about how this is actually a redemption arc for the team of
Ini kayak
Cambodia.
ada
They've already
Cina-Cinanya,
met
guys.
Indonesia last year, 2024. And
Iya
it
kan?
seems like Indonesia still
Ini
have
lagi
a really
tuh.
good foot against them
ada
every single
Cina-Cinanya,
time.
tuh.
But again, the rotation-wise that we saw from the Cambodia team, right? It seems like no matter what they
Nah,
do,
nah, ini.
they keep on falling into the
Ini
hands of
nih yang
Indonesia.
tengah ya.
At the initiative
Itu
from
juga
Team
mirip
Indonesia,
Cina.
the shot calling
Yeah.
is still very clear. You
Kita
can tell that every
lanjut
time
lagi,
they
guys,
move on
di
the
game
map, it
kedua.
is with a purpose. And because of the speed of those communications